Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm back in the building. I don't know why I had it muted. Back in the building for another podcast, episode 105 of the No News Just Facts podcast. I'm back up in here, man, and it's probably gonna be a 2-hour podcast, maybe 3. I don't know if I've ever gone over 2 hours or anything like that, but we gonna just try our best to cover everything. Yeah, just give me a moment here. In the world, hopefully you're enjoying your Saturday. Hopefully you're off from your job. Hopefully you're relaxing on this day. Yeah. But shoot, I just back in here and do it. Just try to stay consistent. I've been uploading videos. I haven't really been doing a lot of live streams about just how the hell did we make it through the 2010s? And then the question posed itself in my brain, and I was like, damn, that is crazy. How the hell did we make it? What compelled us to go watch Two Girls, One Cup? Where did that come from? Why did we go and watch that? Why did me and my friends go watch that? Doesn't make any sense. Why did me, my cousin, and his friends watch BME Pain Olympics? What that now? And I'm like, that is so weird. Why did we want to watch more a part in the game where you have to go through an airport and basically gun down everybody? What made us say, hey, let's go play that? Let's go play that. That's fun. Or any commit all offenses in the video game, and of course you're not gonna go do it in real life, but doing it in the video game is fun. What made our minds trickle into that moment in time and be hey, these are acceptable? It's I don't even understand how that even is. The world used to work back then, man. There are things that were acceptable. And now they're not. Now they're not, unfortunately. That's what's ruined. That's what fine engagement and entertainment and have totally been destroyed, I believe. Just in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some doing a lot of reacting today. I don't really got too much news to talk about or nothing like that. It's gonna be a lot of reactions. Lot of let me see here. Let me see. What do we got? Try to find something that I haven't talked about yet. Trump, man. Talk about Trump, dog. The homie Trump, dog. Trumpito, man. Trump, bro. We got to talk about him first. We got to talk about the mug shot, man. They done caught this man slipping, bro. This is his mug shot, bro. And it even makes you want to go even further into it. A mug shot of this man. It's weird. I ain't gonna lie. It's weird. Just after all the things that have happened, I never thought I would see a mugshot of this man. Opinion. That doesn't necessarily mean just because there's a mugshot that he's gonna go to jail or anything like that. I'm sure. Just my opinion alone, I believe Trump is gonna try to drag out all the prosecutions against him. I feel like if you did anything wrong, bro, you should be brought to justice. I don't care about politics. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. If there's anything Republicans and Democrats should agree on, is that if you do the crime, you should go to jail. If you did something wrong, you should go to jail. I don't care. I don't care about none of that red versus blue talk, bro. I don't care about none of that. I care about what's right and what's wrong. If the man did wrong, he should go. But I mean, you know, he's been rich. He's been rich for a long time. He's been well off for a long time. He's a rich white man from New York. Like what are we expecting to happen here? And he's really going down that would really put him in the spotlight. What's so special about Trump? Well, I mean, the difference between Trump and Cosby is that they controlled Cosby. They controlled Cosby. They told him what he couldn't and couldn't do. He stepped across the line, take that man down. Did all they could to take that man down. Versus this gentleman who got to become president, who not only was rich, who not only has been rich, also has been justice. And they're probably going to do all they can to make sure that whoever his lawyers are probably don't stick. And they drag it out as much as possible. To which, you know, if this Fonnie Willis chick, the Atlanta DA lady, can bring down a whole entire rap organization like YSL and put almost every Donald Trump isn't on the chopping block for her to demonstrate how much she can do. You know, like I said, right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I am a firm believer if money and fame don't mean nothing at the end of the day. That's all I got to say. And they were put away for a long time. And it just magically comes out. And the mirror should be held up to your face for whatever it is you have done and whoever you have wronged and whatever you have done to be dishonest to going viral for the mugshot. Like I said, I don't care about none of that. If I could sell DJT merch, bruh, with this picture, that'd be fire. I'm sure copyright and trademarking of the mugshot. I mean, I could maybe I could do it with Giuliani's mugshot, but it would fit better if it was this gentleman right here. Like I said, this actual mugshot right here. That'd be fire. But anyways, man. We gonna move on. Once again, y'all just bear with me. See what else we got. What else do we have over here? You know what I'm saying? So for some reason, and I don't know why I keep seeing this, for some reason, it make no sense to talk about that. Let me see here. Let's open it right here. Charleston White. Charleston White is in the news yet again. Like, when is he not in the news, bro? So, like, apparently he's supposed to be, like, doing a boxing match, and he pepper sprayed his opponent. I don't even call it pepper spray anymore. I call it Soldier Boyd. But why? But why? Why? But why? This man crazy for real, bro. Why though? Why? Why? I doubt it's even real. I'm gonna be honest with you. I doubt that's real. Like, there's no way he would just do that without letting his opponent know that he was gonna do it just to set up. I don't think it was real. I don't think it was real. But yeah, moving on from that, Bob Barker passed away, bro. It's so crazy. Yeah, Bob Barker. RIP to the GOAT Bob Barker. Whether it was being home from school sick or during the summer, I never missed a show. Thanks for the memories. He was 99 years old in 2004. He was old in 2010, dog. Like, this man been old for a long time, bro. He been old for like the longest, bro. He been old for like the longest, man. It's crazy though. It's crazy. Bob Barker, man. 99 years old. He won 19 Emmys, a Lifetime Achievement Award, induction into the Television Hall of Fame. He was also a decorated World War II Navy fighter pilot. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, dog. We have lost another game show television GOAT. I think not too long ago, if I remember correctly, Alex Trebek passed away. I don't know if that was last year or the year before that, but he had passed away too. Yeah, that's really what it is. And of course, also, wrestler, what's his name? Wrestler, very big person in the scene of wrestling and to the wrestling community. Rest in peace to him, and very much condolences to. Yeah, I don't really think there's nothing else. Let me see here. If there's anything else I could really think of. Oh yeah, let me see. Probably look things. But yeah, man, we're going to look at this real quick. It says Ruby Rose admits to photoshopping her pictures. It says almost all girls do it. Let's see here. See what she's saying.
Like, girl, and I Photoshop my pictures. So maybe
I know about filters, but I mean literally photoshopping your picture showing? That's mad, man. The world is coming to. The world is Snapchat filters and all that here. Drake speaks on the status of his upcoming album. I know y'all mad the album didn't come out last night. Apparently, people thought his album was gonna come out on Friday for some reason. I know y'all mad the album didn't come out last night, but you know I'm doing shows and ish for all the dogs on the way. By the way, I'm probably gonna be doing a video on album covers. Not even specifically Drake's album covers, but just album covers and how they have lost value. Album covers like lost like their appeal. Like, I remember back in the day, like album covers used to be music. Even though now it's like it's not CD based, it's more like streams based. Like, but still, you know, like an album cover is reflective of how incredible the work, how to express like what my music looks like in an artistic like form of like a masterpiece. Yeah, that's really what I mean about that. And I, like I said, a piece about album covers, his son. And, you know, he's 5 years old, but like there were people on Twitter literally going in on the album cover because a child, like the fact that like Drake wants to involve his son in putting together an artwork for his album is amazing. That's great. Any father would like jump for joy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts on this animal, whatever it is that his son drew. 6 parts around that. You just watch and see. It's gonna be so funny. It's so funny. I just really literally just narrated somebody's video just now. But anyways, man, it's an album cover. It's not the best album cover. Drake isn't really good at doing doesn't really have the master covers for some reason. He doesn't like making good album covers to me for some reason. But that's another video, man. That's gonna be on another video. Things that have to do with Steve Harvey allegedly getting a divorce, which of course they've already went on to say that it's not true. Steve Harvey's already said that it's not true. But it says here, mother of Laura Harvey and wife of Steve Harvey reported. Like I said, it's not real. You know, anything can be put on the internet and anybody's gonna believe anything. But this right here is actually very bad for whoever started the rumor. Actually, it's terrible because whoever started the rumor forgets that people can sue you for things like this. Didn't Cardi B sue Tasha K for something like this, or something of that magnitude for making up things, making up false claims, some legal justice if he wanted to all the publications. But I mean, I don't even know, is it even possible for a blogger to be sued? I wonder, can you sue a blogger? Can you sue a blogger for into some reactions? We're going to be reacting to, first of all, going to be reacting to Judge Joe Brown on the he was on this YouTube channel called I Never Knew TV, and we're going to be looking at a video. Let's get it going.
I heard you once say that Bill Cosby was under surveillance by the FBI during the 70s.
Make any sense?
And the FBI had everybody under surveillance. They had Martin Luther King under surveillance.
Okay,
Andrew
we know
Young,
that already.
Stokely Carmichael, H. Rap Brown, Huey Newton, Eldridge Cleaver. They had Mayor Tom Bradley of Los Angeles under it. They just created to get a black man. Jack Johnson, the first black world heavyweight champion. He had a white wife, and she and her girlfriends used to hang around him, and they thought that was horrible, so the FBI was created to investigate that. They came up with the Mann Act, which most recently they got R. Kelly on.
Put surveillance under Jack Johnson, who was a boxer, who was married to a white woman? Bro, this is crazy. No, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Judge Joe Brown is cooking right now. That's crazy. Man, watch black people. Basically watch black people who are outspoken or celebrities. What the hell?
Grace and a hotbed for communist subversion and something that would overthrow the American way of life. And interestingly enough, if you look at pictures of him as a young man, you can see why.
He was black.
And if you look at what the Smithsonian, there is a couple that matches the name of his parents, but they had a child that died back in 1921, just one child. That's not J. Edgar Hoover. If you look at the other one, you will see 2 black people who are very, very fair-skinned, and they got run out of Louisiana for trying to pass for white by the Klan. Now, he didn't like his own people.
Yeah,
and the Klan
that's very apparent.
Was a good thing for the FBI to be after. Back in the 60s, Well remembers getting hauled into an FBI headquarters and interrogated about something you said or that you were presumed brought in for. And he said, I don't know anything about it. Well, they just told you something about it. And when they indict you on 17 counts, 29 counts, if you've got a good lawyer, he can get you acquitted on all counts, but the last one, which is making a knowingly false statement to a federal agency or agent, and they get the client on that, he's convicted. And by the way, I'm looking at some of the stuff that's going on right now, and some of the people that have been involved in some things are liable to be prosecuted for making knowingly false representations to federal agencies, perhaps grand juries and stuff like that. And I'm gonna laugh when what is inevitable becomes reality.
Can you let people know, I think because of the whole, you share with the people Bill Cosby helped financially that you're aware of over the
Oh,
years?
Bill Cosby helped a lot of people. But see, most importantly to this mix, a person like Cosby to control NBC as a corporate entity. Then he got it again. Then they started bringing all this stuff out of the woodwork. And he got an assurance from the elected district attorney, the office of district attorney. Be no process yourself, but in a civil case you can. So when the DA issued that written edict that there was no intention to prosecute, that they found the case was frivolous anyway, the civil judge ordered him to comply with the deposition request in a civil action that had been brought against him. Well, he admitted the acts, but not the intent. He said she wants a thing. So the new district attorney said, screw that, we're not going to be bound by the agreement. Well, she had to be because it was the office. So that was Fifth Amendment. I said that from the front end. They've got no business going here because all they're trying to do is ruin this man. And when they locked him up, he tells me, and I talked to him, he said they offered me over and over the opportunity to get out of jail within a week if I just say, okay, they're right. He said, hell no, I'm not going to do that. It's a matter of principle. So inevitably, he got acquitted because of the Fifth Amendment violation. This group now does not care about being politically correct is to a legalist rather astonishing. For example, in most states, if somebody took a baseball bat to you and hit you in the face with the baseball bat and knocked out half your teeth, broke your jaw in the name of being politically correct, you're doing something that is against the law. Now, you shouldn't abuse women.
You realize he's really explaining how they created a politically correct system in a matter of time, just in time, just to do what they needed to do to Bill Cosby.
Some point, you need to get on with your life. Either do something on the pot or get off.
And also, just with time and space, won't the story get distorted as your distance from the experience?
Yeah, that's tell a tale long enough and loud enough, anybody will believe it.
See,
there were all kinds of things that went wrong with the Cosby case. In fact, some of those women that were on that, what was it, McCall's or something magazine, that all
155 women come forward against him.
Molested by Cosby. See, I recognized some of them, and that was from parties at the Hollywood mansions where it was sex running around in thongs, and in a half hour she's completely naked.
That's why it never made sense to me. Y'all old as y'all are coming forward against him. It never made sense to me. You coming forward against him, but you ain't come. They ain't do all of this to all the other people that they was like hanging around and doing stuff with. It never made sense to me back then. Never made any sense.
Coke and the fine wine, and you go to the bathroom and you gotta wait, and then she comes out wiping her lips, holding somebody's hand, or you go to get your coat and she's screwing somebody on top of your coat. Or you go back to another party and there they are 3 or 4 days later doing the same thing. So it's kind of like you choose to jumpstart your career over the hill. It isn't your fault, and then you get people like Gloria Aldrich. Meanwhile, I can recall a conversation with her.
Pay attention. He dropping knowledge. he telling us. He giving us the game right now. He giving us the game right now. This is why I like Judge Joe Brown, bro, because he don't care. He don't care. He gonna say what he need to say, bro. Damn, he breaking.
There's a move afoot to add a special type of felony rape by seduction. Whoa. Now, what the hell does that mean? That means if a guy and a gal go out, and it's springtime, and they go to a nice restaurant, have a good dinner over candlelight, nice wine, and they go for a walk in the park, and they're holding hands, and it takes its course. Well, that's supposed to be rape by seduction. What they claim is supposed to happen is, honey, I'm horny. How about if we go to dinner and then we get...
You were raped by seduction.
Yeah, that's supposed to be rape by seduction.
So that's so stupid.
Is this going to pass?
No, but they're pushing
That's the goofiest law I've ever heard in my life.
Excuse me.
But when did that change human interaction?
Well, that's the point. In other words,
exactly. That would mess up so... You know how people will be in court over something so stupid like that?
Well, how do you think humans run this mating game? Look at all the people around here. Most of these people were fortunate enough for that seduction and, thing to
Art
get worked
seduction.
out. That's how you get people. That's the human courtship
Hello.
ritual thing. So you want to change all of that because nobody's interested in you?
Nah, that's goofy.
See, it doesn't work that way. And then you hate men because what you think they've done to you? Well, okay. I think anybody that hates women is crazy. Anybody that hates men is crazy.
Facts.
But see, there is this thing that I saw 55 years ago that's come to the forefront, is men and women are different. They're equal in value, but they're not equal in what they do.
Okay.
And some people have a problem with that. Now, let's take one example. Caesar, probably the most powerful man in the ancient Roman world. Allegedly, she had herself wrapped up naked in a carpet and taken over by a slave and unrolled in front of Caesar at his feet. So,
Seduction.
yeah, seduction. She seduced him. See, it works both ways. Maybe cut me off again. You know, hell, damn. Man, you see that? Damn. You know, so nature is nature. And people talk about objectification of beauty. Yeah. If we didn't objectify beauty, we'd still all be looking like chimpanzees.
You know the amount of people that Bill Cosby helped when they were in dire situations.
Oh, yeah. Well, what I was getting to
I'm
is,
gonna be
I talk
honest
about
with you. That's all nice and dandy and everything. Like however many people he helped and everything like that. But you got to remember one solid detail. Bill Cosby did not like the young hip hop generation. So for all the good stuff he did have his, you know, his what is it? If he did have his underlying.
became an exemplar of what you could be if you sat down at the kitchen table and paid attention to your homework.
Facts.
He was playing part of a family where one of them was a physician and one of them was a lawyer. Now, that's supposed to be a fantasy in some people's mind. Hey, that don't have projects, you know. Came out of South Central, came out of all kinds of hoods around the country. They made it. And that's because instead of yielding to the temptation of doing nothing, they sat at that kitchen table and they busted their ass from kindergarten through 12th grade. You do that and the rest of your life is wide open to you. You can do whatever you want. And the problem is too much of this is predicated on that's not what we think we ought to do. And Bill Cosby was trying to say, this is what you ought to do. This is what you can be. This is the way it's supposed to work. Up by she's saying, let the beatings begin. You know, if you get out of this on his joke albums, that's a reality. You see, he's trying to help all those people. He loaned money to people. He gave people advantage. He got wrapped up in something that a lot of the current last three generations don't get with revolution, where having sex with somebody was about as casual as having a slow dance at a house party with somebody you already knew.
Damn.
And that was the flavor. It happened all the time. So now it looks like it's odd. It looks like it's something, oh my God. More boy virgins 25 and under than there are girl virgins. There are more boys who stay at home with a parent 30 years of age, and 8% of each year's high school graduates for the last 20-some years are male. Only 32% of the college undergrads are male. Only 36% of the grad students are male. Something's happening.
There's a great book called Boy Crisis. I forgot the name, something Farrell. But he really breaks down how basically men have just given up.
No, they haven't given up. What you could do is have a father in a child's life. The best thing was to get pregnant. Don't tell the SOB he was the daddy. You can do better on your own. She had
really
problems.
saying that?
We cussed her out at a BSU meeting at UCLA 1968 for saying that in front of 10,000 people.
Hold on, the lady that did the interview with
Yeah,
you,
that one.
she said that?
She said that, 2 occasions, 1967, UCLA, BSU. We met with her afterwards, and several of us took offense at what she was saying.
Did she ever explain the purpose, the reason?
Yeah, she hated men. Poisonous, and it was not good for anybody. But
It's an anti-men
See-
movement, of course.
when you start getting this kind of propaganda put out by people that become trusted, and you get made to trust them or induced to trust them by false representation, it is what it is. See, so he has to be destroyed because there is an
another
agenda.
thing is that he was a clean comedian, and that was also a thing that people didn't like, that he was a clean comedian versus all these dirty comedians.
Nicky Giovanni, who spoke poison for the planet, and maybe he didn't take the precautions the rest of us did, or maybe he became too big a target, which some of us never became. They went after him. Well, hell, recently I got victimized by that nonsense. There's a certain woman that played Moesha's mother on the TV show. She said some TV judge, famous, stuck his tongue down her throat, sexually assaulted her, and it wasn't Judge Mathis.
Hold on. Wait. Go back? Hold up.
TV judge, famous, stuck his tongue down her throat, sexually assaulted her, and
Really?
it wasn't Judge Mathis. Well, some idiots assumed it was me. It wasn't. It was Mayor Koch of New York, who became judge of People's Court at the time this is supposed to have happened, worked with the same studio, and that was...
That was some crazy stuff to just listen to just now. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was crazy. That was crazy. Judge Joe Brown do be letting us know, though, man. Goodness. He do be letting us know, man. Goodness. That video real quick. And then we just gonna shape. We gonna shift. We gonna go. He went from college athlete to
the skin, but has been proven to clear acne in 2 weeks.
A Deal with the Devil. That's the title of this video.
Dark spots, hyperpigmentation, and eczema. Shop now at ddara.us.
See what's up with this one.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hold on. Wait, go back.
I can't stop, I'm going in. You sit right in front of me, ground shaking up under me. Jesus just won't pick up for me on my way to pick. I've been out here dancing with the devil.
What the hell? You got shot?
I ain't feel that.
All right, peace, y'all. Peace. So,
Man, tripping, bro.
In this video,
Boy, tripping.
I'm going to be talking about the rap artist ESTG.
There's too much weird stuff
now,
going on. Rap is like
For
way
those that
too
don't know,
open.
it's not real.
Bro.
I'm going to be breaking down a little bit of what
my
took place
goodness,
in
bro.
his,
What is this?
career and his life, and pointing out some factual
he tripping.
points that basically let you guys know that a lot of these entertainers partake in taking
occult.
old name is George Albert Stone III, was born May 11th, 1994 in Louisville, Kentucky. All right. Now, his father, George Stone, was known as a gangster in the streets of Kentucky. All right. But he spent most of his life in jail when ESTG was young. All right.
So his mama
now,
had her.
also involved in the streets and was also a hustler. All right. But she lost custody of ESTG when he was only 13 years old.
Sound like he had to grow up fast. Sound like he had to, you know what I'm saying? Be an adult pretty quickly, man. Dang.
Out of drive. All right. Now, as of recently, ESTG has been getting a lot of flack. Okay. For him walking out of the interview when asked his passion was actually playing football. Okay. He was just looking for a way to basically get out of the hood. All right. And, you know, I guess football was something that was very popular in the Louisville area. Right. And he began playing football. And for those that didn't know, he was actually rated as the top linebacker, and there's a lot of scouts, you know, looking out for him and stuff like that. So much so that he actually did so good, he was offered an opportunity to play for Sacramento City College. All right. You know, ESTG was actually out in Sacramento. All right. Playing football player, fake hustler. Right. But while he was at Sacramento City College, right, the tuition there was very high. All right, and he realized, you know, being that his parents were involved in the streets,
And then, you know, the whole entire thing about college
to pay for his college tuition. Okay, so he basically had to find a way to pay for his own way through college. All right, now this is when he began actually hustling. Okay, and he actually went on to become a big fish. All right, in the drug game. All right, now I'm not going to say what he was actually out in the streets, okay, doing what he had to do to pay for college. All right, that's how it all started with him selling drugs. All right, now, okay.
Oh, okay. He got kicked out.
You know, when they arrested him, okay, he
slanging that stuff.
was facing 10 years in federal prison. Okay, and now ESTG had a newborn on the way, right? So, you know, with him losing, all right, and got his charges dropped to 4 months house arrest and 5 years probation. All right. Now that his football career was gone, all right, he had to go another route. All right, and he began rapping under the name Big G. Okay. Now the way that he started his rap career, right, it's every regular person's, you know, way out. Basically, he bought a $600 studio package off of eBay. All right, and he began recording in his bathroom. All right, and one of his first songs, part of his career, gets very, very spiritual. All right, now his career began to take off in 2019. Okay, now in June of 2019, he recorded his first debut is The Bull, as you all read. Okay, so now, like I'm saying to y'all, a lot of these people know, or somebody comes along and tells them exactly what to do, because for his career to take off in less than a year, all right, there was something the following month of July 2019. Okay, ESTG was actually invited to record with some friends at Quality Over Quantity Studio, okay, where an altercation, all right, would take place. And a man by the name of Big O, all right, was shot and killed in the studio. Okay, now, I just want to pay my respects to Big O. Big O was actually a coach, all right, and a staple in the community. All right, this guy, he helped the kids.
So he was positive.
He was always doing positive things in the community. All right, okay, this caused a lot of beef, all right, between ESTG and a different group of guys, which is called H Block. All right, now I'm not gonna say too much of what actually took place between the two group of individuals, because it's a lot. All right, it is, and I don't want to be in the mix of it. Right, began to take off. All right, getting noticed to him. DJ Small Eyes actually interviewed him. He was doing a lot of interviews around this time with different individuals and getting his name up. But he was, making his rounds in the industry. Okay, everything seemed like he had a major behind him at this time. All right, but like I said, once Big O got killed,
yet again,
his career kind of took
a
off.
sacrifice.
All right, and
he's kind of saying it without saying it. Sacrifice. That was a sacrifice. If you know,
this is what I tell you guys to, avoid the overly ambitious. All right. Now, this is where I have to point out to you guys about this spiritual aspect. Okay. Now, a few months later, okay, in September 2019, ESTG was shot 5 times. All right, during a music video shoot
5 times
with the rapper Sada Baby. Okay, now
I sold my soul back in September. We gon' buy forever.
okay, so now with him saying, all right, that he sold his soul back in September, all right, when he was shot, the same time he was shot, all right, this is a clear indication that a pact was made, okay, with the demon. They do these pacts and all of this stuff, right, and getting involved with certain demons and stuff like that to level up their career. All right, loyalty. Okay, you're making a pact. All right, and a lot of people don't understand when you sign in your name in blood. All right, you can't go back on that. All right, there's no going back on that. All right, now ESTG was actually no stranger to the spiritual world. Okay, so if many people just into astrology, I like astrology. My grannies in them is into like that. My granny, my nana, she's spiritual. She's into like that. Okay, so he's no stranger to the spiritual world. All right. Now, the fact of him losing, all right, or losing the sight in his left eye, brings into we just saw an incident between Little Durk on stage, and he lost the sight in his eye. Okay. You guys remember that artist Houston who actually gouged out his left eye.
Plucked out his eye.
All this is correlation to Mephistopheles, okay? And for those that don't know, Mephistopheles is the individual, do some nonsense to get famous and rich. You're going to meet Mephistopheles, and he's going to trick you, all right, to thinking that, you're doing
Crossroads.
the right thing in less than a year, all right? Which is very ironic, okay? Like I said, when people get involved with a lot of this stuff, right? Their careers just take off instantly, all right? Instantly, okay? Because there's another force that's guiding them, all right? And, it allows, I'm just going to tell you now, selling your soul for a record deal, all right, is not cool at all, okay? A lot of these people are, he's got a mixtape, I Don't Feel Nothing. A lot of these people are, hooked on opioids and painkillers for the sake of them doing these things, all right? And they have no remorse for it because they made a mistake. Now, for those that say, "Oh, Jay, this stuff is not real, man. Ain't no such thing as selling your soul and whatnot." Okay, well,
when they went from being a nobody to somebody all of a sudden,
and they won't get as far as he would, right? Because there's something spiritual guiding them. All right, now when you make a pact with these type of things, all right, you have to be a slave, all right, to these spirits in the afterlife, all right, whatever the case may be, all right. Individual, these things, you have to live with, all right. And there are a lot of people on the internet that are misguiding individuals and telling them that this is the right thing to do, all right. So, like I said, y'all, just be safe out there. And
ESTG But man, I didn't know that was going on, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what it is, man. That is what it is. Excuse me. That yeah, I didn't know that, man. I'm dead serious when I say I did not know that was going on. Gonna go ahead and oh, there's a video of Jadeon. Like I said, I'm switching over, man. But the ESTG thing, man, it's crazy, bro.
Vipers, in the past 24 hours, it has been this video.
It's crazy,
going
bro.
around.
You don't deserve to be real to. Hey, you got another fight. You got a whole another fight to worry about. Hey, I was keeping the jokes. Please leave. You're the one that called me. Yo, please leave. Hey. Please. Say less. Please. Hey, say less, Logan. Hey, good luck with your fight, Logan.
I was thinking, like, what the fuck is happening? Why are these niggas, beefing or all this shit out the Logan Paul?
Is it real?
It wasn't really nothing explaining what's happening.
Is this real?
I might as well explain it and try to get this video monetized real quick and, give y'all niggas the
Is
explanation.
it real,
was
though?
curious. So basically, this whole thing started 2-3 months ago at a UFC fight.
Oh, Logan's here. Logan. Logan, my brother. How you doing? Oh, wow.
Oh, that makes sense, bro.
You told me I should get into boxing. Logan's not fucking with me. Logan's like, bro, I just want to chill.
Next to Jadeon, these niggas were cool and stuff. And Logan Paul was kind of being a little weird, kind of ignoring Jadeon in certain moments because, Jadeon, he's live streaming, so he's trying to entertain his audience and stuff, talk. So even Jadeon, he kind of noticed that Logan Paul was, kind of, not being, kind of being a little...
I can just sit there.
Or you move down. Promise? Promise, bro?
I mean,
Don't be mad. I just don't feel like being on camera all night.
I'm not bad. I'm chilling.
All right, thanks, bro. Sorry.
It's all good.
Fuck, I'm sorry, bro.
All right.
little bro, I ain't gonna lie. He literally just looked like he got little bro. No lie, for real. You got little bro, and you was sitting there before he even got there. You should have told him to move. He should have moved.
Sounds chilling.
Logan should have moved. If he ain't want to be live streamed all night. The hell you switch seats? I was there over there first.
It's all good. I'm not tripping.
The hell?
It is what it is.
Are y'all seeing that Logan Paul asked Jadeon to
Nah,
leave seats
Jadeon's
because
a really
live
cordial
stream?
human being, bro.
And
Any
Jadeon
other person
got a
would have
lot of,
told him to,
backlash
you know what I'm
or whatever
saying?
for this because niggas thought he got bitched. They thought
Yeah.
he got bitched by Logan Paul. Granted, Logan
Why
Paul
the hell
didn't
did
say it
you?
in,
Why
like,
the
a
hell
mean,
did you
bad,
move?
negative
He
way.
should have moved.
But at the end of the day, you can see Jadeon's face. He kind of, felt a little awkward or embarrassed slightly just because it's like he did pay for his seat. Jadeon could have been like, hey, nigga, the family of the dead body you recorded didn't want the dead body recorded. He could have said that, but Logan Paul probably wouldn't have took that, the right, just trying to enjoy the fight. But Jadeon could
I
have
see
said
his
that stuff
point of
about
view
the
too,
dead
but
body, and Logan
still.
Paul would not have been able to say nothing. So y'all seen that
Still.
Jadeon felt a little awkward, embarrassed. The internet, they clown this nigga and all that. Logan Paul went onto his podcast to explain what happened.
Young up-and-coming creator Gideon to move his seat. He was seated next to us, and he works with us with Prime as well. And so
Okay.
I got a lot of respect for this guy.
Crushing it.
Yeah, he's great. So I asked him politely. I said, hey, would you be willing to move or switch seats with us? Because I just don't feel like being live streamed all night. I don't think that's like an absurd request. My girl's there, we're adults. And he was fine with it. He moved. But the internet was like not really like nice to him about it. I think he got like a lot of shit for it, or I don't know.
Like, I don't think you guys realize how much shit I got, but like I got so much shit, and it was like it's cool when it's just like jokes. You feel me? Like people say broken hearts, like that's funny. You feel me? Like I don't mind.
Some shit, and Jake Paul went on to kind of mock Jadeon.
His interview. I know you don't do a lot of interviews, so thank you for being here today. Yo. Can you move to your left a little? I'm not fucking Gideon, bitch. Just because
Different though.
Huh? I'm your own fucking brother. I'm not a fanboy like Gideon, who's like,
Oh, three times. Okay, Jake.
It's
I'm your own
crazy.
fucking brother. I'm not a fanboy like Gideon, who's like, oh yes, Logan. Oh yes, Logan. I'm your own fucking brother, bro. We can go toe to fucking toe.
Oh wait, hold up, chat. Did y'all hear that? Wait. Oh, okay, Jake. You can go toe to toe with your brother. All right. So, Jake, why didn't you keep the same energy when he fucked your girl in history to ask all the old historians about this question? Why didn't you do anything about it when Logan fucked your girlfriend? You did nothing about it. You cried to Shane Dawson.
Jesus.
You cried to Shane Dawson.
Jesus. Can't we just?
Fucking brother, bro. We can go toe to fucking toe.
But when it's about Alyssa, we're not going toe to toe. You know. Logan, you can have my girl, Logan. You can have my girl, Logan. It's okay. Your shit's bigger than mine, Logan. You're big, bro. You're the alpha. You're the omega, Logan. Jake.
Damn.
You picked the wrong one, Jake, bro.
Damn.
You picked
6 days. Y'all probably seen this dude named Dylan
Dennis.
Dennis,
Yeah.
Dylan Dennis dude, he's going to box
going
Logan Paul
in.
in about, what, 2 months?
He
In
been
October.
going
Yeah, so 2 months.
in
He's going
on,
to box
bruh.
Logan Paul. And for the past week or so, this nigga been posting a new picture every day of
every
Logan Paul,
day.
his wife with hella different niggas. Like 10,000. This nigga posts like 5 pictures a day of this nigga's wife with hella celebrities every nigga stream.
I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy.
A girl is not an object. She's a real life human being, not a girl who gets passed around to the
Propose to the love of your life. You got the champagne bottles ready. You're ready to settle down. You found your soulmate. And then fucking Dylan Dennis is over here doing what he's doing, bro.
He got
like, bro,
every
it would piss me off more
picture
that it's Dylan Dennis. Then again,
on
though,
Earth.
this isn't prime Leo. You feel me?
Only thing better than dessert is sex.
I can't
YouTube, that was pastrami. That was pastrami. That was pastrami. That was pastrami. Yeah.
Golly, bro.
Okay, bro, some of these photos aren't even bad. Like, bro, what is wrong with this? Okay, chat, like, here. I'm just, we're gonna be fucking, what's it called?
Logan Paul got in his feelings about Jadeon doing a video about it. I'm sure.
Suck Logan Paul just because he's a part of the brand or whatever, the prime brand. He don't got to dick suck this nigga just because of that. He
Just because y'all business partners don't mean
He's a
nothing.
human. He laughing. He not gonna choose sides, and just because of that, he not gonna do that.
He's a
He just
content
laughing
creator
at
at
the
the
stuff.
end of the day.
This video got like what 1 million views in less than a day. So Logan Paul most likely, and that leads.
Okay. Logan, can we switch seats real quick? How am I two-faced? How am I two-faced, Logan? I wasn't the one laughing when Jake was making fun of me. I wasn't the one laughing when Jake was making fun of me.
One comment to ask you before he has to switch seats so I can enjoy my date.
That has nothing to do with it. It's what you did with Jake. Okay, obviously, okay. Hey, I see where your loyalty lies.
You mad two-faced.
No, I'm not two-faced.
Logan Paul, he's getting emasculated right now. He's embarrassed.
He
His girlfriend
emotional.
or his wife, not
Exactly.
his wife. He's married to her. She is, a lot of PPs and all that being inside of her body. Logan Paul is,
He
very,
emotional.
very famous. He probably shook hands with a lot of these niggas that his wife has been with and stuff. And this Dylan Dennis dude is just adding fuel to the fire every day. So Logan Paul probably not there
He
mentally right
frustrated.
now. I would be fucking devastated. I'll be devastated seeing
Facts.
all these images, videos of
my
her saying she sucked
girl.
some dick in a
Exactly.
football stick. Like
Dig it.
Jadeon was betraying him. He probably not thinking in the right mindset. Cause it's like, nigga, why are you watching this, bro?
You
Don't
forget he's a
stand and see
prankster.
it. Like the person was
He's
just on Twitter. Now
he's
yo,
a
million views
streamer,
saying that
bro.
shit of my
Like-
wife with hella different niggas. But then again, Jadeon is a human. He ain't got to dick suck Logan Paul and not
Exactly.
laugh at it just because he's a part of the brand. And now Jadeon, so basically he's doing the same exact thing that Logan Paul did, but Logan Paul think it's bad when Jadeon doing this. So Jadeon is like, why didn't you back me up when Jake Paul was trying to make me sound like I was a bitch? And Logan Paul said that it's because
That's my
he's
brother.
defending his brother. Then Jadeon said, why don't you defend your brother against KSI? And Logan says because they business partners. Now, I think the shit is
Shit don't
scripted
make
and
no
fake. I
sense.
think the Logan Paul,
Shit don't make no
Jake Paul,
sense.
KSI, I think that's fake because these two niggas supposedly like really hate each other and stuff.
But they got a
If your
business
brother
together.
hate this nigga, why would you make a whole ass company brand with that slide, business partners or not? So I see where Jadeon coming from. It's like this nigga KSI say shit about Jake Paul every chance he gets. Jake Paul do the same shit, vice versa. So it's like, how can Logan be in the middle of that if that's his actual brother versus a nigga who he's business partner with? I know
They
you're
ain't
not
never
supposed to
gonna
mix,
fight no way, so it don't matter.
Family with business, but these
They ain't
niggas
never
hated
gonna
each other
fight no
before.
way. Deji.
Deji, I think that nigga's cool with Jake Paul. So I kind of feel like these niggas' whole beef or whatever is just for them to get the
It's
fight.
not-
you know,
yeah,
make
it's
the
not
fight
real.
when they eventually fight
They all
KSI and
just
Jake
they
Paul
all in
to make
business
that
with
shit
each
go
other.
crazy and then they gonna magically be cool. Because
Yeah.
if a nigga saying shit about your brother every chance he get, you shouldn't be like, oh, this nigga got nothing to do with me.
It's
nigga,
like
you was this nigga's business
violation.
partner. So I see where just laughing at the joke that this boxer nigga is saying about your wife. You know what I mean? I see both sides. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they are those. Seen this nigga made cringy videos for little kids. Him and his brother. It's
Facts.
every day, bro. I respect those
Facts.
niggas. I respect Logan Paul. I respect Jadeon. I respect Jake Paul. I respect all these niggas. I respect them.
Because they making money.
Jake Paul, I bet on all this nigga fights. I respect Jake Paul. He want me some money. Logan Paul, I respect Logan Paul. You know, dude that's posting this stuff about his wife.
Yeah, ain't gonna lie.
Logan Paul might as well end his career. He got to stick to the WWE. He can't box ever again. He got to beat this nigga ass.
Yeah.
He got to knock this nigga out.
If he lose,
he got fucking. He can't win by unanimous decision. He got to kill this nigga damn near. Cause this nigga's posting all this stuff about your wife to millions of people. You getting clowned. This nigga, I think he disabled it. This shit is leaking. But you can't be mad at Jadion for laughing at it, because you laughed when your brother was treating this nigga like he was a bitch. But that's basically how this whole beef began. I don't think it's like real beef. I don't think these niggas hate each other. Nah. I think it's just, you know, that YouTube nigga shit. This shit probably gonna blow over. I don't know if Logan Paul ever gonna recover from all this stuff being out there about his wife, though. That shit is very, very tough. These niggas live for this type of stuff, though. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they kind of live for the drama, build shit up, hype it up and stuff like that. They kind of live for it, but I don't know how much longer Logan Paul gonna live if this stuff is eating at his mental. But yeah, 1 years ago, or should Jadion had just got up and been like, yes, master, I will do whatever you ask of me, man. I'm playing with you. That nigga didn't say that. I'm just fucking around. But what y'all think? Y'all think this is even that serious for Logan Paul to be mad at Jadion, call him Two-Face? Logan Paul can't say shit about nobody. He scammed his fans. He recorded the dead body. Logan Paul's, I don't know. Just
at the end of it all, they making money, bro.
Logan Paul own half.
They just making money,
man. KSI cool with Jadion. I don't even know what the fuck gonna happen from now on.
They just
I
making
just want to
money,
get this
bro.
video out there.
They just making money at the end of the day, man. Honestly, that's all that is, man. That's all it is, man. And now I'm going to be reacting to. Look at this one. It says the dangers of. Wait, no. I'm gonna come back to that one real quick. These rappers' deaths remains do not.
Hey guys, I hope all.
Please don't destroy the live stream, please. Or if I try to repost your video,
we're gonna be talking about
me reacting to it, please don't.
But before we begin,
everybody go subscribe to
channel
work.
Page. Thank you all. Now let's get right into it. For the most part, the living usually are able to determine what caused the person's demise. Rarely do we see instances of a person passing away and the cause being a mystery. I mean, it does happen, but not as often as usual. After an autopsy, the common reason, this tends to happen often within the music industry, with several famous artists passing away mysteriously, leaving fans simply wondering what really happened to their favorite artist.
It's not even just the mysterious way that they passed away. It's just the action, the mysterious actions before the fact that they passed away. That can even be said about actors, actresses. That can be said about reality television stars. Like, there are radio personalities. There are many people like streamers. There are different, made it even more wicked and scary.
In today's episode, we will be looking at a few examples of artists whose deaths are shrouded in mystery, and I'll give my thoughts on what I believe really happened to them. The first artist we're going to be talking about is Speaker Knockers. For those who don't know, Speaker Knockers was a 19-year-old rising rapper. Side You Mad and Lonely. Speaker Knockers was starting to prove himself as a promising artist. He was also known as a producer, making beats for rappers like French Montana, Gucci Mane, and Shy Glizzy. Speaker Knockers started making beats at home at just 16 years old. His father, who was incarcerated for 10 years, has started helping him with his music once he got out of prison. In no time, Speaker Knockers was not only working with big artists, he was going great for the young artists. This is when things took an unexpected turn. On May 6, 2014, after family and friends repeatedly tried to contact Speaker Knockers since the day he dropped them off, telling his father he would be back later on. When he didn't come back that night or return his parents' phone calls, they began to get worried. Things got even stranger when he missed his recording studio session and also missed an important business meeting he had planned the following day. His mother called the police in hopes of them locating her son, but Speaker Knockers was already gone in his garage. His family and fans' death remaining a mystery for over 9 years. It was speculated that Speaker Knockers had developed an addiction and his substance use is what caused his passing, but this was never proven. It was also speculated that he passed from natural causes, claiming that he just had a heart attack out of nowhere, which honestly doesn't happen that often to a 19-year-old. This theory was also unconfirmed.
Actually, I'm gonna have to. He probably, this is speculation, but he probably had a heart attack because he was addicted to maybe liquid heroin. But you can go back and look at other artists who have passed away from lean because they were addicted to it. Like, for instance, Fredo Santana had a heart condition because of elation.
Speaker Knocker's mother recently did an interview on the Drea O Show where she briefly touched on her son's passing. She claimed that the rumors of her son passing were all false, stating that his passing had nothing to do with substances or a heart attack.
When they did their search, according to reports, they ended up finding him in the garage. When they called you and
I don't know. I just couldn't believe it, but it just was really rough. But to be honest, I really don't like to talk about that portion of, Derek's life just yet. about his death. I really don't, anything else I don't mind, but just that, like, it's a little rough because it's just hard. And then I just don't, know that his dad or his brother wants me to talk about that this time. But I will tell you that, out on the media, in the media, that people believe it. And then when I see some things that they say, it's not true at all. Like 95% of the things that they say is not true. My son did not.
Says that he has, but it says right there how if you go look it up on the internet, it says how did he pass away? Heart attack.
See things like that. So that's why when I see things in the media now, I don't even believe it until I know for sure that it's a reliable source, because people just put things out there and it just because it's
internet. Even though she didn't elaborate on what happened to him, she stated that what is being said is false. Yet she's not comfortable talking about what really happened. 9 years later, his fans are still asking what really happened to Speaker Knockers. I myself, while researching, couldn't really find nothing solid on his passing. Since Speaker Knockers was on the rise and still wasn't a megastar.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. They may never reveal. I don't think his family will ever be comfortable letting that sort of truth out to the world, because the internet is a terrible place, and the way, and it's like once they decide to like put out that he passed away in this way, or somebody did something to him and then just left him there or something like that, all types of speculations like that, people just start even know, just let his music live in infamy and let his genius live in infamy, and don't worry about how he passed away,
that much information available on him. What I did find was this photo of him where we can see him doing the one eye symbolism. He can also be seen wearing what appears to be a nice success he was starting to see. To me, it all points to the Masonic order. We know artists who show Masonic imagery are usually Masonic puppets. We also know that just about all big artists in the industry took the oath, and it was definitely looking like Speaker Knockers was going to be a big artist. Something I found interesting was that Speaker Knockers started seeing success after his father came home and started helping him with music. His father did 10 successful artists before going to prison. What I do know is that a lot of people learn a lot about the occult and Freemasonry within prison as they read books about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Speaker Knockers had collaborated with big artists before he had any fame, which to me is a big red flag. These details always tells us there's more going on behind the scenes. As of right now, it appears the family of Speaker Knockers are receiving the royalties made from his music. They were the ones with the most to gain from his passing. It's also strange how the family refuses to tell the world what really happened to him. Not being the ones that took Speaker Knockers out, but I am saying that we never know. The next artist we're going to be talking about is Capital Steez. Capital Steez was a 19-year-old rapper from Brooklyn, New York, a part of the collective Pro Era that is famous due to Joey Badass. Back in 2012, he was on the rise with his fellow Pro Era members, dropping popular songs like Free the Robots and Survival.
His passing was scary, but I think there's in the last month, in the last 6 months of his life, like with all this narrative that has never really been talked about with him.
Tactics. Capital Steez started rapping as a teen, dropping his first project, The Yellow Tape, with his close friend Jack the Rhymer. In 2011, Capital Steez and a producer friend of his named Powers Pleasant created the rap group Pro Era. Joey Badass and other members joined instantly as they were all friends. On February 20th, jump-starting their rap careers. Steez's career would make it to the next level when in 2012, Pro Era signed a major record deal with Cinematic Music Group, a label under Sony Records. Steez and Joey Badass were gaining fans at a rapid pace, proving that the group was going to be a massive success one day. What's crazy about all of this is that the same year that Capital Steez signed a major record deal and was climbing in the industry, it would end up being the same when he ended it all after leaping off the roof of the Cinematic Music Group building in New York City. The building belonged to the same record label they had signed earlier that year too. The text message to a loved one that read, "I love you." Then at exactly 11:59 p.m., he tweeted the end from his Twitter. Not long after that tweet, he made the leap from the top of the building. He was later found on the floor clutching a Bible. His family, friends, and fans were shocked to say the least, as no one was expecting this to happen. Why would a young rapper who was on his way to becoming a millionaire, Steez, took himself out because of Joey Badass? They believe that Steez was jealous of all the success Joey Badass was getting. See, when Pro Era signed to Cinematic Music Group, the label chose to make Joey Badass the frontman of the group, even though it was started by Steez. The label, for whatever reason, wanted to push Joey Badass's music the most out of the group, making him the unofficial leader. Joey Badass would get free clothes and also get interviewed. The label decided to promote the group's upcoming tour by calling it Joey Badass and Pro Era. This made Steez furious, as Joey was getting all the recognition he felt he deserved. Going to do. I myself actually don't buy this theory at all, as what I believe happened to Steez is much more sinister than what is told. See, after looking into Capital Steez, I quickly learned that he was an occultist, and at the young age of 19, he was already practicing ritual magic. See, Capital Steez believed himself to be an indigo child. Indigo children are supposed to possess special, unusual the world, as he was convinced the world would end in 2047. Steez was obsessed with the number 47, as he thought it was the ultimate number of the world, believing it held the keys to the answers of life. He tweeted in 2012, they predicted that an alchemist Islamist would rise with the key to world peace. I think it's me. Openly, Steez was telling the people exactly who he worships, and no one knew. Out 2012, people
were
believed the
saying
world was
the
going to
world
end
was
on
gonna end in
2012.
2012,
Well,
yeah.
this was all about the end of the last Aeon and the start of the new one,
he
which
was
is the New
way
Age.
too heavy
In
into
2012,
it.
the New Age started, or the Aeon of Horus. It was even announced in the 2012 massive hit song Radioactive. In that song, they repeatedly mentioned the apocalypse and welcoming the New Age. 2012 was the start of the New Age, which
Wait
the
a minute.
occultist Aleister.
Wait a minute. So what do you? Are they saying that I feel it in my bones enough to make my system blow? Wow, I didn't know that. Dang, and then look at the cover art for that. I have never paid attention to none of this. That's crazy.
And that's what I've been waiting for years. Wow. This Aeon or Age was supposed to bring death to the Abrahamic religions like Christianity and bring forth a new religion of spiritual enlightenment where the people are their own gods. If you take a look around, what Crowley prophesies is sadly happening as people are abandoning God to worship themselves. Steez believed he was chosen just like Aleister Crowley, and he believed that he in Baphomet. The reason I know this is because he has several pictures where he can be spotted wearing a Baphomet shirt. In this picture, he even has Salve written on his arm. Salve Coagula is actually tattooed on Baphomet's forearm, the same place Steez is showing it. If you watch this channel often, you should know what Baphomet is and how the Masons are connected to it. So many celebrities show love to Baphomet
no idea.
because it's the demon they worship. Capital Steez even tweeted out that he himself was Baphomet.
Wow.
It's obvious Steez was an occultist who took the oath, and I am confident his passing is related to his occult practices. Steez technically passed away on December 23rd, 2012. His passing is listed as the 24th, the same number he was obsessed with. It's apparent to me that Steez had gotten himself into something he couldn't handle. Still to this day, no one knows why Steez decided to do it, and I'm pretty sure we will never truly find out. The next artist we're going to be talking about is ODB. ODB was a 35-year-old rapper, a part of the rap group The Wu-Tang Clan. In the 90s, his flow and delivery influences rappers to this day. Even though he was a star, his life and career were shrouded in problems. During his peak, he had been arrested several times, but in 2004, he was getting back to what made him a star. On November 13, 2004, ODB was at 36 Chamber Studios, a recording studio owned by RZA. While there, out of nowhere, ODB collapsed, passing was substance-related. Many of his fans, though sad, weren't so surprised, as ODB was known for his substance use. Even though his passing doesn't seem like much of a mystery.
Didn't his son say something about like he sat there and watched his dad like basically doing drugs in front of him? I could swear I looked at like a Vlad TV interview or something like that, and he said that like nah, my dad was like literally doing coke in front of me.
To me it is. Don't get me wrong, I know people pass away due to substance issues often, and it's one of the leading causes. However, when you start seeing most people didn't pay much attention to ODB, as they felt he was just a madman ranting and rambling. The thing is, ODB routinely says things that him being in the industry, he shouldn't have said. For example, during a TRL interview, ODB exposed the elite right on television. During this segment of TRL, a fan calls in asking a question about the freedom of the artist, making another guest answer. Right before the host was switched to taking a new caller, ODB interrupts the host to answer the question. This is when ODB states that the world is afraid of the government. He also stated that the government took out Tupac and Biggie.
We have a phone call right now. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's your name?
Hi, it's Audrey.
Audrey, where you calling from?
Indianapolis.
From Indianapolis, your question?
You can't always say what you want to say, that you have to be censored.
Uh-oh.
Is that a problem, anybody? Cannabis, what do you think about that? Cannabis, that's a part of making a record. Because when you go to the studio, I mean, you know, Jesus.
Since y'all talking about saying take all this out my mouth. Let me let y'all know how I feel. To me, it's like everybody's scared of the government, you know what I'm saying? Because they put Tupac, Biggie Smalls.
Oh, boy.
I don't care what y'all say. That's
said that on live television, too.
I'm letting y'all know, y'all been afraid of the government all y'all want to. I've been afraid of the government for 29 years, y'all, man, because I got special things to put on people.
As you saw for yourself, ODB exposed the industry. We also saw how the TRL host tried to ignore ODB because they knew he would answer with an unpredictable answer. In another interview, ODB straight up states that the government is trying to get rid of him. He referred to them as the big cats, stating that it was Bush in them.
I just wanted to know if you've... Government, man. I don't know, G. They on my ass, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to shake these cats. I'm saying these are the big cats. I'm not talking about these because it's President Bush, right?
As you heard for yourself, ODB seemed worried and made it clear that he felt that they were after him. If you watch my channel, then you should know that Bush is a Masonic puppet who's a Freemason and a member of the Yale Secret Society, the Skull and Bones. I believe ODB knew he would be taken out, and that's why he was going around stating this. People just didn't believe him because they thought he was crazy or on substances. But in reality, he was trying to expose the truth, all while, according to him, being also used plenty of Masonic imagery throughout his music career. When looking into ODB's passing, something much darker seems to have happened to him. He passed just 2 days before his 36th birthday while at the 36 Chamber Studios. The debut project that made him a star was 36 Chambers, a project by Wu-Tang. RZA's career only thrived after ODB's passing, while ODB was sacrificed for our sins, and I believe ODB was sacrificed for the Wu-Tang. ODB was unpredictable and uncontrollable, and I believe they wanted him out of the way just like ODB was claiming. I don't think his passing was due to substances he took on purpose. So many artists get taken out this exact same way, which to me always appears suspicious. In my opinion, all these artists we talk about today had to go out so mysteriously, and I wasn't able to cover them all here. So if you want to see a part 2, comment part 2 below. If you guys think I should look into a specific celebrity's passing for this video, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you.
That's a fact, man. Goodness, you gotta watch what you listen to, bro. I didn't even know. I had no earthly idea that was occultist. That's what really threw me for a loop, because I didn't know that. Had no idea about that one. Let me see here. There's a Khabib interview right here.
Number one things, it was respect. And about Michael Jordan, I think like it's really touched my heart.
When I watched The Last Dance, did any thought cross your mind to say, like, what if I come back one more time? Did that ever cross your mind?
This is,
Or is there still a chance that there's danger for me?
Tell her I can smash her face.
Who's the toughest puncher? Like, who's the hardest puncher with you that you felt that you said, this was a good punch?
I think it was.
So the next, think about how many in your life have ever gotten a black eye before? Raise your hand if you've had a black eye before. How many of you got into a fight and you've had your nose bloody? Anybody's ever had a nose bloody, yes or no? Who's ever broken their nose before in a fight? Have you ever broken your nose before in a fight? So I want you to think about this. How many of you, hear me out for a second, of all the fights you got into, you fought a professional that has better precision to hit your nose to bleed? Or did you just fight regular people in the streets? Regular people in the street. Okay, so I want you to think about this here. There's a lot of things you can say, lost a single fight ever, and they say he's only lost one round, but obviously I'm not gonna say that in front of you guys, because if I say it, he's gonna be very upset with me, but they say there's been one round. But we're in the back having a conversation together. We're talking about marriage, a great conversation with Habib about marriage. It's an inside joke. But Habib has never, ever had a bloody nose or a scratch on his face or a black eye ever on Instagram with 35 million followers. Based man, at 9 years old, I was showing the video to Dylan. He didn't believe me. I said, Dylan, you know he wrestled bears. He said, no, he didn't. I said, I'm telling you, he wrestled bears. I don't believe you. How many guys don't? Years old, give it up to what many call the GOAT of UFC, Habib Nurmagomedov. So what do you think about when you're here?
This is, I fight on this arena twice, and it's like, it's not a good place for you to joke too much, It's, like,
it's not a good place to joke too much. So,
with me.
Oh, for you. For you not to joke or for me not to joke?
No, for you to joke with me.
That there's danger for me.
This depends on you.
This is depends. Okay, so how many of you have seen him fight many? My wife, you met the kids, you met the family, you met the friends. My relationship with my dad is very, very important to me as a father and a son, and I come from the Middle East as well. What role did your father play in your life, in the way you look at life?
My life.
I forgot. Didn't his dad pass away?
Training camp, like it was like
something like that.
At home, at the gym, like everywhere. I was with my father, and he was like my friend. It was like very, very close relationship with him. And the father was like everything for me.
Was his style of father, relationship with you, was he a friend from the beginning, or was he first trying to discipline you, turn you into a man, and then became a father-son friendship? Like, was he a guy that would say, I love you, son, You know, would he kiss you on the cheek or would he kiss you on the head? Was he like that kind of a father? Was a lot of discipline?
It's like in our culture, it's like, it's very but we show our kids, we love you. It's like, I talk about when I was like 15, 16. Of course, when I was like baby, he said to me, it's a lot, but when you become like weak, you know, it's like, you know what I'm talking about? Not agree?
Do I what?
You are not agree?
Do I not agree?
Yeah.
I think I agree.
No, I talk about like love make your heart weak.
Yes.
Yeah,
no?
never
Love
show
make your heart
love.
weak.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Okay, by the way,
and
there's one thing about the Habib I got to tell you guys on the back. You know, you see him, you think he's very serious. Yourself.
it depends like how I feel energy.
Okay.
Like if I feel good energy with you, I can joke.
I respect it. Because
He's
it was
like, 'cause I
very
ain't
good
trying to
fun
make no
talking to you in the
jokes
back.
with
It
you.
was very entertaining talking to you in the back. So go back to with Pops.
Yeah, it's like when I was like growing, well, like I realized like father is my like real friend. Like when I was like 15, 16, like animals, like doing all this stuff. And I was competing in all sports, amateur, you know, like freestyle race, like Greco-Roman, grappling, like combat. I realized like his system, I understand what he wants from me. I understand like everything, and we become like very close. And before that, maybe because of like different of age, or maybe I was like teenager, like I don't know. Before that, I was like, of course, I was following all his rules, but most of the time I was disagree with him. And no,
I think that's with anybody.
How old were you where you're kind of like, you know what, a lot of this stuff my dad's been telling me has been right. You know, when I thought he was wrong, you know, this guy knows what he's talking about. Was there a moment for you there, or was that around the 15, 16 age?
No, it was like around 15, 16.
15, 16 age.
Maybe 14, I don't remember, like 14, 16. Like.
Makes sense. And what were some values? Because it's very obvious when I watch you, or even in interviews, or even the way you fought Conor, which we'll get into here in a minute, he has it. But to have it the level that you have it, there's got to be a certain level of admiration. What were some things your dad taught you that stuck with you at a young age?
It's like about me, like all my life, I have schedule, you know. I have rules, I have discipline. And for me, it's all about numbers, you know. I have to do so school, come back, do homework, train, come back, eat, sleep, repeat. It's like this. You know, like a lot of people think, like, to become world champion, to become the best in the world, it's not easy things, you know. You have to be like, you have to be focused on all your life. It's like, it's about sacrifice, like, about 30 years, like exactly what. But I beginning work on the mats because when we was living in village, my father opened first gym in our house, and he begin train like guys from village. You know, I was like 3 or 4 years, and since that time, like all my life, I was training by my father, and no day off. You know, I remember like all my life I was in the gym, and from that point, like. And of course, father teach me like my religion, father teach me discipline, rules, and number one things was like all about respect, you know.
How old were you when the first time you knew you were dangerous? Like meaning, like for a person to fight you, like you know you.
18 or 18.
Got it.
That time, because I'm from Dagestan, and we have traditional like most of the old kids they train. Like doing some martial arts, like wrestling, boxing, judo, like whatever, but everybody train. Even like when you go to the school, in your class, you have like 15 people, like who can give you a hard fight.
But he's been disciplined since he was like 3 or 4 years old, man. Like, bro, he's almost like in a sort of way, like he's been like raised like military style, if you will. That's crazy, man. So he's been fighting all his life, basically.
No, but I grew up with my brothers, and they all was training, and I have big support always, but I can really hurt people, and I remember like father told me like you cannot fight in street because I teach you all life how to become world champion, and when you become 18, 19, when you can hurt people, you have to control yourself. It's very dangerous. This is almost same thing like gun. You have gun, and you have to control yourself.
Just sees you, maybe they don't recognize who you are, and they had one too many drinks, and they try to pick a fight with you, and what you tell them. Has that ever happened? Where somebody doesn't know who you are?
A couple times happened here in US, but my hometown, like they all
like,
know
hell
me.
nah.
Almost.
They're like, hell nah, we not fighting.
But here a couple times I have that.
What do you tell them? Do you say?
I tell them, brother, I can smash your face. Like,
I can smash your face.
You have to calm down.
You just tell them very straight up.
It was 2012 when I just moved to California, when I just signed with UFC. My English was not good, and so they should know me. And he was big guy, and he tried to bully like everybody. He was drunk, and I told him, brother, you have to be careful, like because it's not. And he leave me alone.
He left you alone. Every day was training. You got to respect all the stuff that your father was telling you. Habib, was he selling you the dream that one day you're going to be a champion where you wanted to do it? Or was he setting the expectation, here's what you're, was he saying, no, as a family, this is what we do. Out of our city, we're Eagles. This is the, what was he selling you?
No. It's like when just since only one thing can stop you, if like, I think it's like lucky punch. Otherwise, if you're not gonna stop train like you train now, if you're gonna still focus, I don't think somebody can stop you because you can wrestle, you can punch, you can do all these things all night. You know, you have good conditioning, you have big heart. I think you can, like, I was, inside my heart, I was like, I was competitor. Like, even now, even I still, like, I believe I can beat, like, anybody in the world. Even now, I'm not old. A lot of people forget about why I retired. Not because I become old. It was because I lost my father because he passed away, and I don't want to do this my birthday. And
September 28, 88, yes.
Yeah. Like, I was competitor since, I think, like, since when I was born, you know. Many people, they train like 10, 15, 20 years. They have good skills. They know how to wrestle, punch, kick, everything. But inside, they are not warriors. They are professional, but they are not.
He said you can train and do all of that, but in your heart, if you're not a warrior, it ain't real.
I want to come back to that, to athletes you like. You're a big, I believe, Muhammad Ali fan. I think you're a Michael Jordan fan, and I think you like Ronaldo. If I'm not mistaken, those are some of the athletes you like, right? And in an interview, you know, hey, if you could meet anybody, who would it be? You said Michael Jordan, right? And then you said when you were doing your documentary, I believe you said, one of my friends told me, and I wanted to meet him. So it's a tricky question for you, okay? I don't want this to lead to a fight, but I'm going to ask you.
Go ahead, let's go.
Michael wins 3. You seen all 10 episodes?
Then he loses, then he wins 3.
Then he loses. No, he wins 3, then his dad dies, and he retires. Drive was he made a comeback because it was to fight for him on his second time around of coming back. You're a very intuitive guy. When you watch that documentary, that scene when he comes and he holds the thing and he's on, you know what I'm talking about, when he's on the floor in tears, crying.
Yeah.
Did any thought cross your mind to say, like, what if I come back one more time? You know, Dad, should I come back? And did that ever cross your mind?
That's a great question. That is a great question.
Like, first of all, I am not Michael Jordan. First, this because here's like all business people, you know, it's like they all talk about money. And about Michael Jordan, I think like this episode, like this moment, it's really touched my heart. It's really touched my heart, and no, I don't think so. I don't think
Why
so.
not?
But I don't know. A lot of things come to my mind, you know.
His father put him into fighting, bro.
First of all, because of my mother, and
his father was the one who got him into fighting.
But I don't think so.
Yeah, it's too sacred.
I don't think, right? Did you say I'm not Michael Jordan because you want to say I'm living my life and that's my life, that's his life? Or are you saying I'm not Michael Jordan because you want to say like I'm not as great in my game as he was in his game? What do you mean by I'm not Michael Jordan?
Now you play game with me?
I am playing games with you.
He's a very good interviewer, bro.
It's my job.
Ain't gonna lie.
I think like mentally we close. Maybe he's better, maybe because I'm his fan. Maybe that's why.
Because you're what?
Because I'm his fan. Maybe that's why I think he's better, and I have this. And about comeback, I'm not sure. I'm like, no makes sense. No, for me, no makes sense. Maybe fans, of course, people want to see this. People want a drama. People want to like this movie keep continue. It's like, right now I'm full. You know. It's like,
last question. Okay, so I'm sincerely curious to know what your answer is going to be to this. Say one of your sons follows your footsteps, and God forbid, something happens to you as a father, and you're no longer here, and your son no longer wants to fight. He says, if my dad's not here in my corner, I'll never stop fighting. What would you say to your son?
Freedom speech between son and father. I'm still boss, but I'm gonna let him choose. But like about professional life, I'm not gonna force him at all. And because my father was a great competitor. He was one of the hungry to make my kids become world champion. But I don't know what my son gonna choose. But if you say I wanna be like you, I wanna be world champion, okay, this is your choice. If you want, I'm just gonna help him, but I'm never gonna push him to become professional athlete. He's a man and he's gonna train. you have to be strong.
Zero compromise.
Zero complaint, and he's like almost 6, and he train every day, and there is no choice.
Damn,
he's gonna train.
6 years
Because if
old
you're
and he
man, you
trains
have to
every
be strong.
day.
Absolutely. Question for you. What do you think in America? You know, there's a lot of weird things going on with parenting, kids, what they're teaching in schools, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But what do you think is a father's role in a son's life, and what is a father's role in a daughter's life?
First of all, about schools, our kids spend first of all, they sleep 8 hours, right? They wake up morning, they go to the school, they spend there 8-9 hours, and we don't know
what they're doing
with
or
who they
what they're
spend
being
time.
teached.
Maybe these teachers, you not agree with these teachers, they become like you. This don't work. You have to control who teach your kids, and a lot of people miss this. And it's like a lot of crazy people, they're working in school too. And they give education to your kids. But if you talk one-on-one with them, you're not gonna spend with them even 5 minutes. But they spend with your kids 8 hours every day. This is what I think, because woman is different, man is different. And I think man is like my son, like what I teach my son, I cannot teach my daughter. I'm completely different with daughter and son. Maybe I'm a little bit strong with son, but very open with my daughter. And you bring your army back home, I have so many kids. I think you have more experience than me to talk about this.
Yeah. I guess maybe one way to make sure the teachers teach your kid the right things is you just go and you say, if you teach my kids the wrong things, I will smash your face. Maybe that's kind of like you know what I'm saying? If you say that to the teacher's going to say, if you're uncomfortable answering this one, I'm totally okay with that. In America, we have a few hundred genders. How many genders do you guys have in Russia?
No, maybe kids. This is it's crazy. I really want to go bedroom. It's can I go bedroom? Okay, they told me code, and I'm coming 2 bedroom, all gender. It's what is this? Where I have to go? First time I said, I stopped, I stayed 5 seconds there, where's woman, where's man? I locked the door. I grew up in very traditional place, with very traditional family. I'm very happy with this.
That's in the mountains. But when you live in cities in America, there's 40, 50 genders. Because here, math is very important to them. So they kind of want to mess with it.
I have to be careful?
You have to be careful here. You have to be careful here. But just a question. If you're Musk, we're not in Russia. We don't go to Russia. You see approval rating, saying Putin's approval rating is 80+%. Why do you think people in Russia love him so much? What is it about him that people in Russia love?
I don't think he himself could just tell you
Russia,
what,
it's if you have
what it is.
Very small things, people happy.
And whoever is over them as a ruler and does it the same way that they've been doing it. And that applies to presidential candidates too. People who have been in office for more than one term. People like the way things go when somebody who is a superior or overseer or president or dictator or whatever does the same thing the same way. Same thing. He might change one or two things, but yeah.
Don't make 5,000-10,000 a month, It's I talk about dollar, not rubles. And it's I don't know, pay you to come back. So, brother, it doesn't matter even if you give $100 million, it doesn't matter for me. You know why? Because I'm from Dagestan, and we have traditional, and we have when we talk with our mothers, it's everything for us. This is everything. I was talking with my mother, we make it's a hard question, but we completely different. US people's mentality, I know Russian people mentality, it's completely different people. And but I really like people here. Not only Russian people, I really like US people too, because they all so nice people. They don't care about what's happening in Polish, drink coffee, sit alone. It's this is only one place, even in Russia, in Dagestan, in Middle East, in Europe, I cannot go nowhere because all the time people bother me. But
Yeah.
This only one country. I can wear whatever I want, cover myself, no mask. I go to the Starbucks, sit 1 hour, drink coffee, enjoy with me. And there is, if you want to bring me like to political games, I have chance to become like big political, like working like this, but I don't want this. And everybody know this. I want to stay away from political because politics, things never stop. It's always change.
And then it
it's
splits
always
people
never
apart,
stop. It's like,
bro.
it's going to be always some problems.
Politics
these
split
things.
people.
I just want to.
Politics split people, cause division, make people hate each other just because of somebody that they decide to like.
Be like a regular human, you know. If I can people, I'm gonna help people, and I help people. If I cannot, brother, everybody have limits.
Yeah.
Even you, me, everybody. I was best in the world, but I have limit. Like with money, with our eyes, with our power, God give everybody's limit. Even if you have 150 billion, it's like everybody have limit, you know. And I don't wanna play politics. Inspire people to spend my time with my family, with my mother, with my kids. And just being good person, and this is my goal. And
Respect. I'm the same way, you know. I don't like to talk a lot about politics. It's just I'm not a fan of politics. But so.
Who knows? People like drama.
They like drama. They're laughing right now. They think this is a joke. We're easy now for you to do what you're doing. For 30 years, you were training from 3-4 years old. You know, like it's been non-stop. Okay, non-stop. And in the competitive space, there's a lot of different things. Like when it comes down to competition, one person could be better in skill sets, but mentally they're weak. On philosophy, getting distracted, opponent confusing you from your game plan to level where you're like, yeah, that guy's not.
You know, it's like in fighting game, there is levels. They have levels for sure. Like for example, on this life, I see Cage because when I was competing, 29 years old, 14 ranked in the world, he have 17 fights in UFC. And one of the best, he was one of the best at that time. Fight bring me on different level. Because I compete with him, we share cage together, and I beat him, I become on another level. And every fight can bring you on another level. If you between fights, gonna learn. If you between fights, non-stop and train. And this is, I talk about experience. Go to the cage, you have so many emotional come same time on your head. And you have to live this. Every emotional they have, this can make you strong. You know, it's like these things, big difference between regular fighters and champions. And you know, and for example, it was 2012 here, like billions people watch, and it was like big pressure. This guy, like you say, he was talk too much.
You're talking about Conor?
Like, yes, I talk about Conor. Yeah, and it was like very big fight, and it was like big pressure on me. And I remember when I was talking with my father, and he told me, hey, remember, you know how people make diamonds? Diamonds make it under big pressure. If you can handle this pressure, you're gonna become
Pressure
diamond.
makes diamonds, yeah.
But if you lose, you're gonna be loser. Just be careful. You have to understand. You have to understand what you want. When time comes, you have to shine. And it was very good advice for me. I remember because he was in Dagestan because he didn't have visa. He could not come to support me. But I was cornering a lot of guys. I see a lot of fights, and I can say like a lot of guys they broke before they come to the cage. Some people look at you, you cannot shine because they cannot deal with the emotion. You know, it's very hard to control because so many things come same time on your head.
How do you deal with it?
You know, I cannot say like exactly the way how I deal with this. Like I think like you can become like experienced fighter, train yourself, everything. But if you don't have like this mentality, like somebody gonna break you.
So it's not like you're sitting there, you're praying to God, or you're thinking about what your dad told you. You're going to a nice place in your life.
This is about what you believe. This is about what about your faith. You know, like what I believe. Like anything can happen with you. This is for reason. And it's like if you lose, you lose. But of course, I don't want to lose. But like, it's very hard to explain. Like maybe people gonna think, oh, this guy too much, like how to say, too comfortable. Not
religious.
No day off. How this guy can stop me? Okay, only one way how he can stop me. stop me, like, it's supposed to be like lucky punch or something like this. Otherwise, like, I'm gonna try to take this guy down. If this guy stop me one time, I'm gonna try to 100 times. And it was work always, you know. And it's like, but you never was on fighting game. I don't think you're gonna understand me.
Mindset stuff that applies in different areas of life where in sales, sometimes you're coming across a sale or an opportunity where if you close this or you recruit this person, it could be a life-changing business deal. And some people go in nervous, they don't know how to handle it. Some people go in and they deliver, so it applies to business. Very different with the pressure on you guys. You got eyeballs. Like when you're gonna go sell an insurance policy, there isn't 48 million people watching you. It's just you and the family, right? So 2.4 million, by the way, people watched the biggest fight ever, pay-per-view fight ever in the history of UFC was Khabib against Conor. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. Holds the record for the biggest fight ever. When, absolutely, were you, because you were listening to what he was saying. You know, some people are like, they're acting like they're not listening. Like you, because he was to your left. You're listening and looking at what he's saying, and you're actually internalizing the words. Why are you doing that? Are you doing it because you need and want more rage to destroy him? Or are you doing it because you actually are?
You can listen to them and you can understand where's the IQ. You understand what I mean? If you are stupid, what you can do? You cannot do nothing. How you can, if you cannot handle with yourself, how are you gonna control myself? How, like, if you cannot control, just don't talk in front of a lot of people because they're gonna understand who you are. It's better don't talk, you know? And like, I was listening to him. Okay, of people, they never gonna beat you. This is two different level. You have to be a little bit, at least you have to be smart because when you go to the cage, there is a lot of things. Your head have to work, you know? And when I listen to him, I understand his level.
When you listen to him?
I listen to him, of course, we're sitting on press. Fighting, his skills, it's different, you know? This is what I was believing, you know? But, okay, let's listen to this guy. Maybe he's like, where is his mind, mental, you know, mental part? But when I listen to him, okay, this is your level. Okay, welcome to the cage. October 6th, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna show you who you are.
Pack a good punch. Who's the toughest puncher? Like, who's the hardest puncher with you that you felt it? You said, this was a good punch.
I think it was Justin Gaethje. He hit like truck.
Justin Gaethje.
I remember it was right uppercut and left hook. Like, it was his best shot in the fight. And I told him, like, brother, this is everything what you have. This combination, I told him, brother, this is everything what you have.
That's all?
And end of the first round, he started to, like, tired. And I told him, brother, this is jet lag. Because you come to Abu Dhabi 1 week before the fight. I'm here 1 month. And I know what is this, where I was after 1 week. Because this is like desert, you have to be there. Like in training, I'm tired, and I'm like, okay, this guy landed Saturday, and he fights Saturday, it's gonna be his peak jet lag. And I was like, and inside the cage, I told him, brother, you have jet lag. And I catch him. I catch him, I feel.
Wow.
I feel. Like, this is mental game. I think come together, then you can shine.
Do you fight better angry, or do you fight better more just at peace, focus on the game plan?
No, you have to be relaxed. These kind of things teach me my coach Javier from American Kickboxing Academy. He let me spar. My English was like almost zero. And he told me, like, relax. I'm like, relax. I'm like, okay, relax, I have to go hard. I'm sparring, you know? And after 1 year, I realized, relax, you have to calm down. And I'm come to the coach, I told him, like, coach, sorry about that, because I was thinking like always, like, relax, I have to push hard. He said, no way.
He like the whole time
really
he thought it was
relax,
man, go harder.
Because I'm like, sounds like
destroy him. Like he thought it had a different meaning. That makes sense. So I shouldn't say to you right now, listen, Habib, just relax. It's gonna be okay.
Now I know.
Now you know.
Don't worry about this. No, I'm relaxing.
I'm safe. So it's interesting you say that, because when I watched you fighting Conor, you know, I felt like you were fighting for your country, for your last name, for your father. You know what I'm saying? You seemed like you wanted to keep going, like you really wanted to hurt him. What was different about the fight with Conor than all the other fights?
On different days, weighing everything, I was controlling myself. And like end of the fight, it was, I think, it was too much.
You lost a little control?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm human too. Everybody make mistake, you know? But this fight,
you know, Mayweather,
he's got to be your greatest opponent, bro.
You know, developing fighters.
As much as Conor McGregor talks mess,
if a person comes in that they're going to be like that and loud like Conor, are you going to say relax, or now?
I think it's too much attention for him.
Too much attention?
What do you think?
I think if you want to sell pay-per-view, you know, it's
you gotta have somebody who talk
strategy.
loud,
Yesterday,
bro.
I went to Dana White. Invited me over. I was with him yesterday. Briefly.
You gotta have somebody.
Like slap, it's not good. Like
Come on,
slap,
man.
it's better to punch face.
You prefer punching than slapping?
No, don't slap nobody. Like slap is not good. Like,
No good?
No good.
Why?
You cannot slap man. No. Because like how you gonna slap man? It's not good.
What do you think about the Diaz? He likes to slap people from Stockton.
This is I don't know, for America it's okay. I don't know. Like for me it's not okay to slap. Even if I am gonna have chance, I'm never gonna slap people. Better punch his face.
You better punch his face.
This is different mentality, you know. So.
I got it. So it's kind of like you're gonna fight a guy and say, listen, because I have respect for you, I'm gonna punch you in the face instead of slapping.
Okay, push him, like, but never slap. Like, you can.
Is that because it's an
better
insult?
is kicking, like, but
yeah, insult. I got you. So now, as a coach, you know, so we got the last 5 minutes here. For a person to be the best in the world, you have to push yourself to certain levels that even others can't push you. You have to go even more than your coaches are pushing you sometimes, right? Then you flip and you become a coach, okay? And you're coaching others. And you see somebody that's got a lot of talent and capabilities of going, and or different is it for you to go from the mentality of a fighter to now you have to teach that fighter mentality and coach these guys?
It's very sensitive things to coaching somebody. But when I was growing, like my father was coach. He was my coach and he was training other people too. And I was seeing like how he trained, how he coach, his style, everything. When I moved here, like 2012, and I become very close with Coach Javier, and I have like 11 years. This is big time. And I get from him this experience too. And when I finish my career and starting coaching guys to cornering, like on that time, I already have very big experience to coaching. And I know how to affect people. I know what they want. And it's very dangerous things when you don't train somebody's like 8 weeks, like, or 3 months, or you don't give him. Because there is not only skills, there is about mental things too. Like you have to understand each other with your student, with your friend. Train him. How I'm gonna corner him? Because I don't know his mental game. I don't know his preparation. I don't know his skill, his background. Yeah. If I'm gonna just go give him water, hey, do this, hard things. It's very hard things. You have to be close with your fighter, with your student, and you have to understand. You guys have to understand each other. You know. Very good. Like connection is like very important. Connection and energy. I believe energy. I believe connection. You know, some people take energy, some people give energy. You know, it's like there is so many things. It's very sensitive things.
Thanks for rocking with me.